Jy moet sê as jy klaar is. Okay.
Ja, dan is hier nou nog iets stil van my nooit gekom nie. Ja, my probleem, dat is net.
Het jy die laptop hierso?
Die dames smeren kunnen we daar.
Die wat?
Die smeren kunnen we daar misschien. Nee. Okay,
Die papsmeer is 'n dokter se voorreg.
Ja man, ik was een smeren.
Wow, okay. Luister. Dis 'n broadcom driver. Dis wat Apple Mac op gebruik. Ja, hulle het altyd probleme. Okay, additional drivers. Broadcom is 'n probleem. Okay. Okay. Ek gaan hierdie bladsy vir jou stuur. Reply. Thanks. Okay. Wifi driver.
Cool, I'm back from the reboot. So what I'm going to do next is address an issue that many MacBooks may experience. Now, a lot of older MacBooks actually have issues trying to connect using Wi-Fi. So currently I'm connected using a cable, but my Wi-Fi currently doesn't work. So if I go to my network icon and right click that, as you can see, Wi-Fi is enabled. But if I click it again, as you can see, the Wi-Fi networks don't appear. And that is because the Wi-Fi card that I have in this computer doesn't actually work. So what I'm going to do now is actually install a driver for it. And so this Wi-Fi fix that I'm about to do is only applicable to laptops that have a Broadcom wireless card. And also to do the fix, I also have to be able to connect to the internet. So luckily I do have an Ethernet cable plugged in. So let's do the fix. So the first thing to do is open up a terminal window. So Control-Alt-T. And so firstly, I actually want to identify what type of wireless card I have in my computer. So to do that, run the command lspci, which is list PCI, then space -nn space -d space 14E4, then colon. Right, so I'll press return now. And so what I want to take note of is this here, 432B revision 1. So now that I know what type of wireless controller I have, in my computer, I'm going to jump online. So I'll open up Firefox. So what I want to do is go to askubuntu.com. So askubuntu.com, and then in the search bar do a search for installing Broadcom wireless drivers. And so this first link here is what I want to click, so I'll go to that page there. And if you scroll down this page here, this answer here, the introduction and background, contains the instructions that I'll be able to use to fix my Wi-Fi problems. Special thanks to Chili555 who helped in the Ubuntu forums. And if I scroll down here,
Okay, so jy het die B-waante gaan kyk, né?
I'll also give a shout out to Luis Alvarado. Who posted this answer on the Ask Ubuntu forums. Cool, so I'll just scroll back up here and start this process. So if I scroll down here,
Oh, yeah.
here are the instructions. So starting from number 1, knowing what Broadcom wireless card you have. Actually what I'll do is I'll tile this page so I can actually see it alongside my terminal. So there we go, and I'll grab my terminal. And currently I don't have any tiling shortcuts in Ubuntu, but that's okay. It's easy enough just to click and drag. Cool, so if I scroll down this page again to number 1, which is knowing what Broadcom wireless card you have, and I've already put in the instruction, which is this one here, to find out that I'm using the 432B Rev 1 card. Cool, so I'll now scroll down this page a bit more. And you'll see a note here. So if you've actually attempted to fix your wireless card and you've installed any type of driver and it hasn't worked or anything like that, you want to actually follow this instruction here, sudo apt-get purge, to actually purge your system of any pre-installed drivers that may be wrong. But if you're running from a fresh install, then you can bypass this instruction here and go straight to prepare the system. So what I want to do is run an update, so I'll do that first. Sudo apt update -y, enter. And that's completed. So what I want to do next is update the Ubuntu list of PCI IDs by running this command here, sudo update PCI IDs. So I'll run that now, sudo update -PCI IDs. Press enter. And that's done. Cool, so I'll scroll down this page here again, and now I'm up to number 3. So this is how to install the package if you have an Ethernet connection connected. So what I want to do is scroll down this page here to this list, and I'll expand this page so we can see what's going on properly, and I'll scroll up to the list again. So there it is there. So what I have in my computer is this one here, the 14E4-432B. As you can see here, 14E4-432B revision 1. So in this list here it is here, 14E4-432B. And because it's revision 1, there's no revision version here. So what I want to do is copy this line here, Control C to copy, and then if I scroll back up the page, I actually want to install that. So I'll tile the page again and then jump back into my terminal and I'll run the install. So sudo apt install, Control Shift V to paste that line, and then press enter. So that's now installing that, and then enter for yes, and off we go. So if I go back to the Ask Ubuntu website, and I'll just scroll down to find the list again. So if you had any of these Broadcom cards, then you'd run sudo apt install followed by firmware b43 installer with hyphens between the words. And for example, if you had any of these cards, the 14E4-4331 or the 4335 or the 4350, then you'd run sudo apt install firmware b43 installer. So that's pretty much how to use the chart. So I'll scroll back up this page here, and then let's see how we're going in the terminal. And that has completed. So now what I want to do is install this package here, the Linux firmware package. So I just have to run this instruction here, which is sudo apt install Linux firmware. So I'll go back to my terminal window and run the command sudo apt install Linux -firmware. Press enter. And that has completed. So now what I'll do is I'll reboot the computer and then rejoin you on the other side of the reboot. And here I am back from the reboot. So now if I jump over to my network manager and click that, there we go. As you can see here, now I have working Wi-Fi, which is absolutely brilliant. But because I'm using an Ethernet cable, I'll actually turn off my Wi-Fi. So I'll right click and then deselect enable Wi-Fi, and I'll just check that. There we go, I've turned Wi-Fi off, and that's my Wi-Fi now fixed.
met jy koek. Daar met jy koek. Basically.
Excellent.
Hello everyone, my name is Adam Vox, and welcome back to another OBS tips tutorial. In this video I'm going to show you how to install third-party software, as I had a couple comments referencing that they thought they could not install third-party software, and that can't be further from the truth, as there's probably more third-party software available safely for Linux than there is for Windows. You see here, if I've opened up the Ubuntu Software Center, I've already installed Chromium, Clementine, which is a media player, Shotwell, which is a photo viewer, and then if we click audio, there's Audacity right there, and so I just click install, type in my password when it pops up, and it will download and install Audacity, and then I have Audacity as an audio editor, and that's all it takes for stuff that is actually listed within the Software Center, which isn't everything. That's something to note, is that obviously not everything can be in here. This is just stuff that's been verified for working with this version of Ubuntu. Now, if you're trying to install other software, for example, I was trying to install OBS, you have to actually have they actually have to update it for the version of Ubuntu that you're on, unfortunately. So for example here, it's got support for 14.04 and 15.04, but they have not yet put out a 16.04 release. So I've already went ahead and added the repositories in command line, but they're ignoring it because there's no distribution, or there's no releases for this current distribution of Ubuntu. So you just kind of got to wait until they add 16.04. It says 15.04 plus, but that just is meant to refer to 15.10, unfortunately. As I added the repository, but if I go to sudo apt-get install OBS Studio, it can't find it. But a lot of programs, like if you know what you're looking for, first you search in here. Now Skype specifically as my example will be in here. No, it's not. Okay, so Skype isn't in this software list.
Hoe laat? Môreoggend. Kyk, hoe die lyn is verskriklik daar. Nee. Ja, kyk, laat ons vir jou try bel op Facebook, want WhatsApp werk nie so lekker nie. Kyk.
Let's see. You zoek voor software and updates. Additional drivers. You zoek voor dat. Dan klik je daar. Dan behoort dat. Je plak in op de ethernet of je gebruikt een Bluetooth wireless of je gebruikt een USB connectie naar je cellphone toe. Je gebruikt Bluetooth delivery. Alright, ik denk dat is het.
Ook ben jij er vandaag?
Ja. Yes.
Ja, ook
Vandaag ja.
Ja, is
Daar,
gelukkig
ja,
jou.
geluk.
Mooi, dankie.
Ja, heerlijk. Ek het klaar die koekies en chips opgeëet.
Is alright.